Hello and welcome to this breakfast for dinner episode on this channel. For those of you who are new here, thank you for stopping by. My name is Hannah and I love to feature vegan and gluten-free cooking and baking episodes on this channel. Of course, as you probably figured out from the thumbnail, I'll be making lots and lots of delicious pancakes. I'll be making two side dishes, let's call them that, side dishes to go with the pancakes. I went to my local grocery store and got this Beyond Meat breakfast sausage. I absolutely love the Beyond brand. In addition to the Beyond sausage, I'll be cutting up these two golden potatoes and making them into breakfast potatoes, super easy. I turned on my oven to 350 degrees. Eventually, I'll be putting the potatoes and the sausage in the oven together so they can be roasting and getting ready while I flip the pancakes on my stovetop. And I won't be using a recipe for the potatoes either because I've been cooking potatoes for so long that at this point, I basically know how to cut them up, season them, throw them in the oven at the right temperature for the right amount of time. The main recipe that I'm featuring here is for the pancakes. Let me grab my laptop really quickly. So the website is called tasty.co. I had never seen it before, but this gets excellent reviews. Don't worry, I'll link this recipe in the description box below so you can try it out yourself. The way the recipe works is you mix the dry ingredients, so the flour, sugar, baking powder, and salt, and then separately, I'm going to be using a glass pouring cup. You mix together the liquids, and then you bring them all together, let the batter rest for 5 minutes, and then use a measuring cup to ladle them onto the skillet. I decided to put some coconut oil that I melted down into the skillet so that the pancakes won't stick to it. Let's go through the pancake ingredients super quickly. The recipe calls for 1 cup of flour. It doesn't specify what kind of flour, but I like to cook and bake gluten-free, and this is my go-to brand for gluten-free baking. The recipe calls for 2 tablespoons of organic sugar. I don't really keep sugar on hand. Instead, I'll just be using 2 tablespoons of this homemade maple syrup, baking powder. Oh shoot. I'm realizing here I made a mistake. I set out baking soda for you, but this is wrong. So let me go grab some baking powder and not soda. Okay, so let's just put this baking soda aside so I don't accidentally use it. This is gonna be the rising agent for the pancakes along with this apple cider vinegar. As I'm sure most of you know from elementary school science classes, when you put an acid and a base like baking powder together, a volcano eruption kind of happens. So this is gonna be going along with the baking powder. Then we've got some salt. It's pretty typical for pancake recipes. There's some almond milk in here too. And then the last thing over here is some pure vanilla. Such a wonderful flavor in pancakes. I'll get the pancake batter ready to go, all mixed up. I'll then be cutting up the potatoes, dicing them, putting some oil on them, salt, some of this Burberry spice, basically prepping the sausage and the potatoes to go into the oven while I'm cooking the pancakes. I completely forgot to give this a shout out. It's in a Ziploc bag, I apologize. This is Burberry. It's a beautiful, delicious spice from Ethiopia. I'm half Ethiopian for those of you who don't know. Fun fact about me. And with that, I am gonna dive right in and get going with the pancake batter. Wish me luck. Okay, I'm very happy with that consistency. Here, let me try to give you some batter action. So while that sits, I think gonna clean up a little bit, just get some of these ingredients put away and get going with dicing the potatoes. I prepared 2 baking sheets, one for the potatoes and one for the sausages, and my oven is all ready to go. So I'm gonna get the sausages and the potatoes onto the baking sheets. I'll do it right here so you can see it. I'll throw those in the oven, get the timer set, and then get started with the pancakes. Alright, the feast is all ready to go. I'm so happy with how these pancakes turned out. I'm gonna give you a close-up view. Also, you're gonna laugh at me, but I wanted the butter to stay in place, so I stuck a toothpick in it. Don't judge me, you know it looks good. Oh my goodness. The sausages turned out great. This is something that I like to do with anything that's like pretty greasy and high in fat. So I take the sausages out of the oven and I put them on a couple of paper towels so that they can just be, I don't know, like letting off some of the oil, and the paper towels can just like soak it up. And then I am so pleased. Look at these beautiful breakfast potatoes. Oh, what I'll do is just dish everything up and tell you each of the pieces as I go. I have a plate right here. First, I'm gonna untoothpick the pancake stack. So there's one, and there is 2. I do like a little bit of butter, and I'll show you the like vegan, dairy-free butter substitute that I'm using. There's a lot of these nowadays. Oh my gosh, my favorite jam fruit spread. It's Saint Delphore. And since I decided to get some fresh red raspberries to go with the pancakes, I thought it'd be nice to get black raspberry jam, just so that there's a little variety with the raspberry flavors. Okay, those are looking good. Let's put 2 sausages on the plate and then scoop out some of these breakfast potatoes. If you've been watching my vlogs, you know I love spicy food. I love to have just a little kick of heat on my potatoes. Putting some lovely red raspberries on the plate just to make it look nice and pretty. I poured myself a glass of orange juice because I wanted this to look and feel and taste like a very traditional American breakfast. The last step before I get going with my breakfast for dinner is, of course, to pour on some of this homemade maple syrup. And I probably won't put on too much just because there's some sweet stuff already going on. I can't decide which item on this plate looks the most tempting. That is so good. I'm pretty proud of myself with this one. Everything came together super well. The cook time on the potatoes lined up perfectly with the sausages. The cook on them is great. The crispiness is great. Oh, yay. I'm gonna finish off the rest of this plate, and then whatever's left is for breakfast tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope it was informative, if not fun and entertaining or inspirational for you to try out one or more of these foods. Even if you don't normally cook or bake things that are vegan, just try out the recipe. I really think you'll like it, even if you normally have your pancakes with eggs, dairy, normal butter. This one, I really think is for everyone. Thank you for tuning in, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye!